Hello everyone, I'm Hailey Chapman, and welcome to this episode of Dictator Review. We are at Mussolini's Pizzeria, interviewing today's special guest, Benito Mussolini.
Please, do make this snappy. I'm a very busy man.
Okay, Mr. Mussolini, we'll make this quick. Like most dictators, I hear you had a rough childhood. It's true?
Yes, I suppose.
You were born July 29th, 1883. You were the oldest of three. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yes, my father was a smithy, and I helped him very many times in his smithy, and we were very poor, and I got into many fights. My political views were heavily influenced by my father, who was passionate to socialist.
A few people told me that you had a issue with your girlfriend.
Yes, well, one day as I was in my pizza parlor, my girlfriend came in, and she had a mustache bigger than my pizza. And, I could not stand that,
Okay.
so I did the one thing I do well besides it makes a pizzeria.
What was that?
To stab her, of course.
Oh, of course. Right. So how'd you get involved in politics?
Well, I joined the World War I as a rifleman in the Italian army, and I became a very passionate socialist. And I even started my own newspaper on some socialist topics.
Okay, let's move to the pinnacle of your career. Your formation of the Fascist Party and becoming the Prime Minister of Italy.
Ah, yes, I remember those days like they were yesterday. You see, I got expelled from the Socialist Party because we did not agree about a few main issues. The main one being that I wanted Italy to join the Allies in the World War II. And after I got expelled from the party, I created the Fascist Party in March of 1922.
What ideas and beliefs did you hold at the time?
Well, you see, I was basically a progressive liberal, and I wanted the higher minimum wages, the better living conditions, all these things you would expect. I hated the socialists so much because they kicked me out of their party, that I would send the bombs through the mail and kill people.
Wow, I thought progressive liberals were supposed to be all-inclusive and accepting. But you send bombs through the mail and kill people?
Oh, yes, that may tell you something about the... this is good copy, a certain someone.
Wow. Did you conduct any rallies?
Well, yes, I did. My rallies were fueled off hate and guerrilla warfare. We would round up the socialists, the union officers, all the other disgraces to humanity, and we would torture them.
What did you do as your following increased?
Well, you see, as my following increased, we took control of the larger and larger areas of Italy until in 1922 I became the youngest ever Italian prime minister.
Wow, being the youngest Italian prime minister must have had lots of backlash. What did the people think of you?
Well, at first the people, they liked me because they knew I could supply stability, and they were tired of all the riots and the strikes that had been going on. And before I took the power, I also conducted many social reform and public works projects.
Oh. What was your biggest accomplishment as prime minister?
Well, that's an easy one. The establishment of the Fascist Party and the Italian prime minister position.
Your ally, Hitler, he had a lot of controversial laws and views over Jews. What was your treatment like for the Jews under your rule?
Well, I did not really have a problem with the Jews, besides the fact that they do not like bacon. Other than that, I have nothing against the Jews. But I put in a few rules against the Jews because that's what my ally Hitler thought, and I wanted to do what he did.
Will we talk a little bit about your downfall as prime minister?
Yes, my downfall began when I attacked Greece without coordinating the plans with the Germans. Needless to say, my army suffered a major defeat, and Hitler had to bail us out. Then I continued to conduct major failed attacks as public support diminished.
Do you have any regrets while you were prime minister?
Well, you see, the only regret I have was the title given to the Italian prime minister. Me, the title was Il Duce, which sounds like a term you use when going to the restroom.
Oh. You said that your officers arrested you? Could you say a little more?
Oh, yes. Well, you see, I had conducted many failed attacks, and as the German defenses weakened and the Allies advanced, my officers arrested me and removed me from my position on July of 1943.
Oh. Did the people still hold favorable views about you?
Oh no, the peasants, those stupid peasants, they think they're better than me, and they want to take me out of the power. But that's the reason I started this pizzeria in the first place, was to stay undercover. There's no way these stupid peasants could find me, the master of disguise, in this pizzeria.
Hello? Mr. Mussolini? You're under arrest. Come with me.
Thanks for watching this episode of Dictator Review. I'm Hailey Chapman. Good night.